What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today we're gonna look at a product that's been out for a while now. Lockhart has a collaborative line called the Tarot Sessions where they feature other prominent brewers in the pomade community. They've done one with Templeton Tonics, Show Revival, Nostalgic Grooming, and Pomps Not Dead, which is the one that we're gonna look at today. The Hierophant, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is an all-base pomade with a firm hold and medium shine. From what I understand, this formula is made completely by Pomps Not Dead but sold exclusively through the Lockhart's apothecary. First up, let's talk about the scent, which is something that I forgot to mention in my last review. The scent notes in this are sea salt, gunpowder, and tobacco. And what I get is a clean scent with hints of gunpowder and tobacco. I really like how it smells. It almost has a barbershop vibe to it. It's really inoffensive and stays in the background for the most part because it's really not a super strong scent. Now on to packaging and presentation. This pomade comes in a 3.7 ounce plastic tub, similar to those from the Lockhart's professional lineup, but with a plastic lid. You get these shiny foil labels on the lid and sides, and I really like the theme for these Tarot Session pomades. On the sides you get all the necessary information like directions, ingredients, and even the pomade's attributes. Looking inside the jar, you'll be met with a very solid and waxy looking pomade. Next up, application. Scooping out the pomade requires quite some effort as anticipated. It truly is a waxy pomade, and while I've not faced too much difficulty, I know some guys need to resort to using the back of their nails to scoop this out. Breaking it down feels pretty tough as well. It goes into the hair a bit rough as you'd expect, so I definitely recommend applying in small amounts and layering it in. I'm applying into dry hair, but some of you might want to apply in towel dried hair depending on your preference. For this demo, I'm using about 4 to 5 scoops in total. Combing it through is fairly easy. You definitely feel the presence of the waxes, but it's not tough to work with. It gives you crazy control, so you can pretty much style however you want. The whole is truly firm, so getting any height and volume with this isn't a challenge at all. Because of how waxy it is though, that does sacrifice the slickness a little. While the slickness is ample, the waxiness does take over, especially when my hair's shorter like it is now. Areas like my sides and back tend to find waxier pomades when it's shorter, so bear that in mind if your hair acts that way as well. For the shine, I find I mostly get a low or even natural shine sometimes, which is expected from pomades like this. This pomade is good for providing a solid hold, which you can see in the final result here. Despite the fact that I've had this pomade for more than half a year now, I've actually not been using it that often. That's partially due to the fact that I spent a few months last year growing out my hair, but now that my hair's shorter, it's the perfect opportunity to bust this out. I also want to point out that even though this is technically a collaboration between Lockhart and Pomps Not Dead, it's actually not a limited edition pomade and it's readily available through the Lockhart's apothecary. I think it's obvious that this pomade isn't for the faint of heart. It's not the most user-friendly, even for an all-base pomade, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. What this lacks in ease of use, it makes up for in performance, which for me has a higher priority. I'd rather use a pomade that's harder to scoop and apply but actually does the job than use a pomade that's easy to scoop and apply but barely lasts 30 minutes in my hair. I get really good performance with this pomade. The endurance is really solid even when I'm at work walking around a lot under the sun. A hair or two might fall out of place, but it's really easy to just comb it back in order. As for washing it out, it will take about 3 to 4 washes with shampoo. Rinsing does leave behind a really clean and waxy buildup, which is great for next day use. I can easily just add 2 more scoops on second day build-up and be good to go. So final thoughts on the Lockhart's Pomps Not Dead the Hierophant. This is a straight up solid performing all-base pomade, especially for hot weather. It's a purely no bullshit pomade and I absolutely love it. It might be super waxy, but it pays off in overall performance. I tend to layer in a light hold for my sides and back with this, but it still works great. This is a solid option for those that want brute strength and endurance. If you like your pomades creamy and smooth, then you're looking at the wrong pomade, my friend. This is truly a man's pomade. So yeah, I think that's about it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.